What's going on, guys? Tokusatsu here. And today, I thought I'd get back to doing more retro Megazord reviews, and I thought, what better place to start than one of my very first Megazords ever, the Time Force Megazord. Now, a bit of a backstory. Now, this isn't the exact same one I had as a kid. I bought this over a year ago on eBay, but about 20 or so years ago, I want to say, my dad got me the deluxe Time Force Megazord a little bit before my 4th birthday. And over the years, I did eventually end up losing it, but I remember I had all three main Megazords from Time Force. I don't have the Q-Rex though, so for right now I'll just be reviewing Time Force, and then in the next video, the Time Shadow. So the Time Flyers are pretty unique as far as Zord sets go, because these aren't your usual vehicles. Like, they're kind of uniform in a sense, where they all look kind of similar, but you can also tell like which body parts they make up. Like, for instance, red here is obviously going to make up the body. And like most of them have kind of like that silverish gray color. So that's what I mean by they're kind of uniform. But this guy, he actually has some chrome bits, something you don't really see in Megazords these days. But it's a really cool touch though. And then also each Zord has its very own cockpit, which from what I recall, the Zords, at least here in the US version, didn't come with the little figurines. Like, those came in like these three miniature Megazord packs that you really had to like track them down to find them. I know I tried, but no luck. And then for the two legs here, they're pretty much similar. Only thing differentiating them is really how their wings are set up, and then the shape of the cockpit doors. But apart from that, these are pretty much identical. Oh, one more thing, they also roll around as well. And then yellow and pink here are a bit more different, but still, you can tell that they easily make up both arms. They've got their cockpits, and they can roll around like so. So by themselves, the Time Flyers really don't have a lot going on outside of being indistinct futuristic vehicles. I myself do like them in this mode, but I think there's more fun to be had in the actual combinations. So we'll get started with jet mode. Alright, so I'm going to try and do this as best as I can from memory. So to get them into jet mode, I think you'll want to take yellow and pink outside of their shield pieces, and they will attach to the pegs on the back of red here. Oh, hold up. I gotta move this first. Okay, so lift this tab up first, so that's not in the way. And then attach yellow and pink. It's being a bit finicky, but I'm also on camera, so it makes it a bit harder. All right, and then for later, you just want to connect these two, like so. Then as for green and blue, you want to put their wheel sets away. All right. Now, I'm not sure if I remember correctly which sides they go on, but I'm going to guess it's the one without the screws, so. All right. There we go. Okay, so side note, make sure the front pegs on red are also tucked in like that, so that peg is showing for the side pieces. So we're about 95% of the way there. So last part, you want to attach yellow and pink on the bottom there. So put out these two blue tabs on the bottom. You'll have pink in the back, yellow facing forward. Clip pink, excuse me, into those back tabs. Yellow will clip in up front into her tabs. They want to go in there. Sometimes it's a bit finicky, just to get her lined up. There we go. All right. They're both in. And here we have jet mode. Now, I gotta say, I really like the look of this thing. Just how sleek and futuristic it looks. Like, I know I used that description to describe the time flyers, but like it looks better than they would separate, you know? Like, if I could just give you a top view there, you could see just like how awesome this thing looks. And I didn't mention this before, but the two parts on the bottom, that's just for rolling it around and support. Like, I'm not sure if that's a thing in the show. Like, I don't think it is, but it's in the instructions, so whatever. So if you've seen Time Force, you know that we have two other Megazord modes we got to get to. So we'll start off with mode blue. So we're going to pretty much disassemble him now. So take off pink and yellow there. Take off our two arm pieces. And we can take off yellow and pink from the back. Fold in those two tabs. And just separate. Now once again, I'm going to try and do this from memory. So I believe we'll want to take off Red's shield piece there. Leave him upright like this. Fold out those two pegs. And I'll save the head for afterwards. But for right now, we'll make up the arms. So, let's see here. Take the first one out of blue. Attach like so. Well, not attach, but. And pretty much same thing for green here. Just take his arm out, rotate, close up. And then yellow and pink are going to make the legs here. So fold up yellow. See, where does this turn around at? There we go. The foot turns around. Okay. And make sure the blue side is facing out. Same thing for pink. Turn that foot around. Blue side facing. And we can start combining. Let's move in for a better view here. All right. Attach your first arm here. Make sure it doesn't fall over. Left arm. Then last, you'll just want to reveal the faceplate. So there we go. And here we have the Time Force Megazord Mode Blue. Having a hard time getting those shoulders in shot just because they're so tall. So as far as Mode Blue goes, this isn't a bad looking Megazord by any means, but it is very odd. Like, the shoulders are just so elongated and the legs are so skinny. Like, this is definitely like not my go-to for when I display him. That would of course be Mode Red. But unlike most Megazords, he does have a fair bit of articulation. Like, most Megazords have shoulder rotation. Like, that's kind of expected. But this guy actually has somewhat of a knee bend. That's more so from the transformation and not really that much intentional, I don't think. And then as for accessories, I don't think the gun came with this set, but like, it's that little flyer that the Rangers ride on before they actually get inside the Zords. I think that came with another toy set, but once again, like, just like with the little figurines, I looked for them and to no avail, found nothing. But that's going to be about it for this guy. So we can now move into Mode Red. So once again, we're going to want to disassemble him. Trying to be as careful as I can because this is an older Megazord. Nothing's broken, by the way. I just want to be careful. So we'll start with red here. So we'll just close up Mode Blue's face there. Take this out, turn it, and snap on the bottom. And once again, we'll just save the head for last. Now we can make the feet. So put those fists from Mode Blue back in. He wants to open up. Yeah, some parts on here are very tight. Take out your connector port. Make sure the right side is facing outward. Make your foot. There you go. Same thing for this guy. Open up that compartment. Turn. put that fist back in, close the wings, and make your connector piece. Now as for our arms, okay. Sorry about that, I was confused for a second. So turn those feet back. And pretty much put them back like you had them before, with the red part facing out this time. And now we can start combining. All right, so make your legs first. It's a pretty quick process too, so just connect those arms. And we can make our head. We got these two sliders on the back here that are going to open up the faceplate here. So now we have the Time Force Megazord Mode Red. Now, unlike Blue, he does actually have a set of weapons. So the sword here, you can just pull out these horns just to kind of emulate that effect from the show. And plug into his arm there. And then to make the shield, you'll just take pink and yellow here, and the wing piece from Time Flyer Red. Slip him into the bottom like that, and there you go, it's simple enough. You just raise his arm and put it in there. Okay, so Mode Red is definitely the better looking Megazord out of this set. He just looks better proportioned and just more like a traditional Megazord, you know. Plus, weapons are a nice bonus. Like, this is my preferred mode for when I display him, because Blue, he's just so top heavy and those legs are so skinny. Like, I just fear he might topple over at some point. While Mode Red here is much better balanced and those fears are alleviated. So if you're a Time Force fan, the Time Force Megazord is definitely a must-have for your collection. Because before this point, I don't think I've ever seen a Megazord set with just this much playability. I mean, there's 4 modes, mind you, so you're going to get a lot out of it. It's going to be a bit more on the aftermarket, of course, but you're looking at maybe like 100, 120 bucks. But I think it's worth it just for the playability and the nostalgia. I mean, you can't put a price on nostalgia, right? But I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. So as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to like my Facebook page, Megazord Tokusatsu. We are also on Twitter and Instagram. And this is Megazord Tokusatsu, signing off.